and I'll also be sharing it in our Laulima course site once this Zoom session is optional. So as I mentioned last week, as well as in the announcement, and today I just wanted to help you get started again, logging into Laulima, as well as navigating our Laulima course site. And I'm going to start by opening up ye.edu. Everybody should have their own UH email address, and you can then click on UH login on the top right. And there you'll be typing in your specific password. Okay, if you are brought to this dual authentication, you can either click on send me a push, call me, or enter a passcode. Once you're logged into Laulima, you should get to the main Laulima overview page. Another thing that's important to note that if you do not see on the top here, you'll go to the top right, click on the View All Sites button, and then place a star to the left of our ICS 101 course. So you should have, if you reload the site by clicking this button, your ICS 101 course should appear. So I'm going to begin by clicking on our Laulima ICS 101 course. And the first page that I will bring you to is our course Zoom link here. Here are the announcements section. I did already go over the Start Here page. If you haven't already gone to the Start Here, and you can click on this link here under How do I get started? And because we're in the first week of class, this is technically our first day, you can start by clicking on Weekly Lessons. And it will then bring you to this page here. The next thing that you'll be doing each week at the beginning of the week is to click on the week. So here we have week 1, and next week, week 2 will automatically appear. So I'll start by clicking on week 1. And this week, you do have your initial discussion post, as well as to go over how to access Mindtap from our Laulima course site. And so basically what you'll be doing each week is logging into your Laulima course site, and there will be links, and also take a note of any of the assignments that are due. So I have each assignment as well as their due dates. If any assignment is located in Laulima, in Mindtap, it will be noted as a Mindtap assignment. And I'll just give you an example of what you'll see when you do click on the discussion links. So if you read the top part of the ICS 101 Introduction Discussion section, it just says to follow the instructions in the discussion. The first thing that you'll see is my post. So the discussion instructions here state first to sign in using the link on the top right. And because so you'll click on the sign up button, sign up with Google, and then select your UH email account. And the instructions to do this can also be found on the Start Here page. When you're ready to write your post, you're going to click on the bottom right. It says then in the title section to write your first and last name, and then answer the following in complete sentences. So what is your school do you attend? What do you want to be when you grow up? And then finally, what is your experience with computers and technology? That Padlet has to take a selfie of yourself. Okay, as stated here, your first post or your introduction post will be do this. As for your responses, it does say that in at least 2 complete sentences to respond to 2 classmates by selecting their section. And responses to 2 different classmates are going to be due by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. And as an example, I will be doing the pink plus sign on the bottom right. As instructed, it says that the subject should be your first and last name. And where it says write something incredible, that's where I will write about myself. And so it says, first, what name or nickname do you prefer? And then the high school that I went to, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm going to leave that blank since I am already an instructor. So I'm very experienced with computers and technology, and I've been teaching computer courses for 10 years now. Your discussion, you can click the publish button and your posts will then appear. Again, to respond to any of your classmates, you can read through their introduction, click on add comment, and then just say hi to them and get to know them a little bit more. The responses, you can then go back to our Laulima course site. A good habit is to use this checklist of assignments due just so that you need to complete for class. And so I'm going to put a check mark next to the initial discussion post, and later on I'll put a check mark next to the discussion, whether or not you want to use this checklist, but this is just a great way so that, again, you can keep track of what you've done so far in class. This week's assignments is getting set up in the Mindtap website. And you can do that by clicking the Mindtap button on the left. You're going to need to click on this Mindtap button on the left to access them. If this is the first time that you're using Cengage or Mindtap, you will need to click on Create Account. You'll then click on Student. And then for the email, you will be typing in your UH email. So because I already have an account, use my UH email account, it should bring you to a couple of other screens where you'll be filling out some more info to set your own password. But it's a good idea, again, if you use your UH email account. And like when you first open up the Mindtap link, so you'll either be brought to your outline view, which is a list of all of the subjects that you'll be learning, the calendar view or the weekly view. It is a good idea if you usually have this calendar view selected, and that's just because if you take a look at this, it has all of the weeks and then all of the assignments that are due for those. Click on week 1, and it also tells you the assignments that are due on, in this case, Sunday, January 16th. To access the assignments, you'll simply click on this blue link, and it might take a little while for it to load. I believe that all of you do have the correct computers or laptops and system settings, so you do not need to click on actual assignment. You'll click the Start button. And after you do that, you'll be watching. For this assignment, there are 16 very short videos. They range from anywhere between 1, and then you'll be answering multiple choice questions after each video. Okay, after you answer all 16 questions, it will then ask you if you want to submit the assignment, and you'll then just click on the OK button. So I'm going to click on stated in Laulima. You do have 3 assignments due this week, Sunday. And it's also a good idea if you do go through the e-text. So to access the book, a blue textbook icon, and you can click on that. And it might be a little bit hard to see, so you can expand the textbook by clicking on this button. And then to go to the appropriate chapters, you'll go to the table of contents on the top left. And then here we have the different chapters. So I'm going to start by clicking on the impact of digital technology through, and then click on the right arrows to move forward in the chapter or the left arrow to move back. And I know that many of you won't actually entire chapters, and that's why I really thought it was important that you do these trainings or assignments where you watch a video and then as you complete the assignment. Did anybody have any questions? This is actually a really short optional Zoom session today. If you don't, send me a message through the chat. But as I mentioned, I am going to be sharing this video with everybody either later tonight or tomorrow, and I'll be posting it of this week's lesson. In addition, I'll also send out an email with the link to this Zoom recording.